Okay, let's do it. Oh, the theme song that I was playing at the beginning, that was from the Sega, what was it, Sonic's Ultimate Mega Drive collection. I figured it fit because I'm playing a bunch of Mega Drive games, so, you know, it makes sense. So, yeah, as you can see, I've got Alter Beast highlighted because that's the first game I'm going to play for tonight. I'm not actually entirely sure what I'm going to play today, but, D-pad dock. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, well, welcome to the stream. I don't recall if you've actually been on any of these streams. I think you have, but my memory is not great, so I do apologize if I'm incorrect on that. But yeah, let's play some classic Mega Drive games. Okay, the game's a bit quiet. Let me turn this up. One of the games I was playing earlier was quite loud. I think it was a PC Engine game, but I've been playing a lot of old school games lately. Just for a lot of consoles, good and bad. Some terrible, but this is not one of them. This game is actually... Here's the thing, a lot of people like to trash this game and say that it's just like, ooh, Mega Drive was supposed to be, you know, this great system with all the goals all to beat. But you know what? Playing this again recently, this is actually a pretty good game. And yes, I am calling this a good game, I don't care. Give it a power up. There we go. It took me a few seconds playing this again. I forgot you always kick upwards for some reason, which is kind of weird. These things are probably the hardest things to fight because they can... I think they can punch as far as you can. Oh. Wrong move right there. Power up. But yeah, the beast transformation to this game is great. And I don't care what anyone says. Oh. There we go. Just barely got that in. Give me the power up. There we go. Yeah, if you don't power up by the time you get to the ball dude, I don't know his name. But yeah, you get to this dude. If you're not powered up, you have to do the stage again, I think, or you have to do like an extra bit of the stage. I don't quite remember, but I do remember how to beat this boss. Yeah, just dash whenever those things show up, unless you can just walk past them like that. This one directly under you. This one directly under you. Just dash. Welcome to your doom. I do love the voice acting in this game. It is hilarious. I mean, that's kind of the thing that everyone remembers about this game. Just rise from your grave. Oh, I messed up. I messed up. There we go. I remember when I played this last time. I like lost. I think I died on the stage, actually, because I forgot how you meant to fight that boss in there, and never realised, oh wait, you can just dash constantly when those boulders show up and you'll win. You can actually cheese the next couple of bosses. I'll try to see if I can show that off. When I played this last time, I actually got to stage 4, but from what I remember, the boss on stage 4 is actually quite hard compared to the first three. I'm not sure if I ever got to the last stage, actually. You also don't regain your health when you go to a new level. I don't know if you ever regain your health, actually. It's kind of, who knows if I'm kind of strange with this game. But I don't know. I feel like this game is forgiving enough that I can kind of, let it slide. Because, I mean, you compare this to a game like, I don't know, Wonder Boy and Monsterland. This game, I mean, that game is way harder than this. Yeah, I could get maybe halfway through that game, and now I just die. It all seems to be the grey balls. I think those are balls anyway. That give you the power-ups. You need the power-ups to beat the game, because otherwise the game just doesn't let you finish the level. Which is a bit odd. But then again, you probably wouldn't want to fight the bosses without the power-ups, so it kind of makes sense. I'm not sure if I've ever really played the arcade version, to be honest. I've played the Mega Drive version, but... Oh, and... Oh, we messed up. There's no invincibility, by the way, so if you happen to land on an enemy when you get hit, well, too bad. That is one of the issues this game has. I will say that. This game is not perfect by any means, but compared to some of the games that came out early in the Mega Drive's lifespan, this actually isn't... This really isn't bad by any means. I mean, you compare this to a game like Alex Kidd, which was terrible. This is way better. You know, it's not quite... I mean, it's not quite Revenge of Shinobi. Okay, let's just make that clear. You know, this is not the best game to come out in, like, Well, no, it might have been the best game to come out in '88, because the only real competition would be like, what the hell is that game? Space Harrier 2, which was alright. But I mean, Super Thunder Blade, yeah, Super Thunder Blade was kind of ropey, and there's another game that came out that year, which I'm going to play after this, which is terrible. Believe me. Now, watch me try to cheese this boss. I might die because I've only got one hit left, but I'll try to see if I can get this to work. Watch this. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Easiest boss ever. Because all you have to do is just fly to it and mash the B button and you'll win. I think you can actually change the order that you change the beasts into in this version. I think there's like a certain button combination that lets you do that. Like, I think you press like... I don't know, I think you hold like B, C, and start on the title screen, and then it'll take you to a menu and you can change basically which beast transformations you get on which level. And as you can see, I've still only got one hit. And I will die on this stage, I can guarantee you that much. I don't think I've ever really beaten any of the stages in this hit list. Oop. Well, missed the power-up, so... Go me! If I remember correctly, you don't lose the power-ups when you die, it's only if you continue, I think. Because it is possible to continue in this game. If you hold A and... If you hold... Oh, there's a bit of a weird collision section right there. Didn't happen to me last time. I should point that out. I don't know how to fight these dudes, other than just kick and hope for the best.
Power up.
I'm not doing particularly great this time. I mean, when I played this last time, I managed to get to the 4th stage. I don't know how it did it. I was into my last hit on this boss, and I just barely scraped by, but it's not going to happen today.
Power up.
Yeah, AI cheesed me right there. Oh well. I'll probably try to beat this game at some point. I don't know if you get infinite continues for the continue code or whatever. But I mean, I would assume you do, because it never says that you have a limit to the continue, so I've got no idea. Then again, I mean, there were a lot of games from this time where they don't tell you that there's a limit to continues, but you only get like 3. I mean, remember Contra? Yeah. Well, it's Alter Beast. I think that's all I really need to show that game. It's actually not a bad game. But, now this game, on the other hand, is quite bad. This is based on some TV show. Apparently this a show that got like a reboot a couple of years ago, I think. Or something like that. I don't know. I've never watched it because, I don't know, I just don't watch much anime. It's just not my thing. I'm gonna need a drink for this one. Water, I should point out. Because alcohol just gives me a headache, so sod that noise. But just... I mean, people say Alter Beast is bad, but just listen to the sound effects. Okay, what is the sound? Like, that has to be, like, the single worst sound to come from Mega Drive. It's just so metallic when it shouldn't be, and it just, like, cuts off abruptly, too. I don't get what they were going for. Like, I get it was an early game, but this came out after Alter Beast. I think Alter Beast came out in November 1988. This came out about a month later. And for the record, I have no idea how you're supposed to dodge this enemy. It just seems to be, pray for the best. I mean, you pretty much have to get hit. That's what I'd like to tell. Unless maybe I'm missing something, but I seriously forget it. Because you press the A button and it doesn't do anything. B attack, you see jumps, and that's it. Like, I complained about Alex Kidd in the last video, or stream or whatever. But you know what? This game is actually worse than Alex Kidd, because at least Alex Kidd had sort of competent platforming, whereas this, it just feels off. You know, it's like, good luck dodging these enemies' attacks. Like, you can't jump over that. You can jump over the first projectile, but not the second one. Ugh. I do like his facial expression when he takes damage, though. It's like probably the best thing about this whole game. And also, the graphics aren't terrible for the time. I mean, they're very repetitive, but I have seen worse. You know, I mean, compare this to a game like, I don't know, Awesome Possum. This does look a little better, at least. It's a little bit more colourful. Also, yeah, from what I remember, the stages in this game are a maze. Also, hello Sledge, how you doing? You also notice, by the way, your attacks have very limited range. Yeah, it goes maybe like 1/5 of the way across the screen. And I think if you fall into the pit, you die. I don't quite remember. Also, the flies try to drop bones on you because this is just that sort of game, I guess. Japan! Oh wait, no, you can go into this pit and not die. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh yeah, I remember this bit. You have to jump a certain way, otherwise you won't get off the platform. What is the deal with that? Also, bubbles can kill you. You know a game sucks when bubbles can kill you? Well, actually, no. Maybe there was a good game that has that, but I cannot think of any right now. Because I'm stuck playing this game. Yeah. I seriously hope all the games I'm playing afterwards are better than this. Oh yeah, you also can't go back left, so that's great. Also, I tried to go for the door and I ended up landing on that thing. I haven't actually played all of the, I actually looked up a list of what the other Mega Drive games there were. I have not played all of them. For all I know, there could be one worse than this. As far as I'm aware, this is the worst one, or at least I really hope so. Because this is not a good game. I mean, I know I've said that already, but I think the point needs to be hammered home. And I have no idea how you meant to dodge that. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot, this is the boss! Of course, the game never actually tells you it's the boss. The music doesn't change like it would in most games. So, yeah. So, I have 4 lives. Oh yeah, by the way, that was not the end of the level. I'm still on level 1. I remember, and I know it's level 1, because the graphics actually do change when you get to level 2. I don't know how many levels this game actually has, but I can tell you right now, it's probably too many. I mean, I've played with Alex Kidd, but I think even Alex Kidd is a better game than this. And I have no idea what that did. I mean, 'cause I actually did check the extra life counter, it did not go up. So, I got no idea. Maybe it gave me extra points or something. Also, there's like this weird delay when you attack. It takes about a second when you press the attack button before you actually attack. Also notice that I like paused in the air when I got hit. So if I was a little bit further to the left when I got hit there, I would have died. And proper boss. From what I remember, you just have to do this. It's the only way to beat the boss is just to hammer the button constantly. And yeah, you all take damage, but like, is there even a way to dodge the projectiles there? I've got no idea. But there we go. I actually beat the level for real this time. So, level 2. I remember when I got to this bit last time, I had no lives left. Also, the music actually seems to get worse as you progress. I mean, the music in the first level wasn't that bad. This is just kind of annoying to me. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. And also, yes, love can kill you in this game. Also, why do you have to, like... What is the deal with this, like, you have to run up to the platform just to get up the platform? That makes no sense. Because you don't even seem to be going any faster. I mean, it makes sense in Super Mario Bros. Because when you, you know, when you run in that game, you do speed up. Okay, so, you know. And, okay. What is the point of the bows? Because I assumed if you collect 100 of them, you get an extra life. That's clearly not the case. Do I have to get 1,000 of them? I've got no idea. Because I'm pretty certain you're not going to get 1,000 of them over the course of the game. I'm already on level 2. So. Oh, it's shop. Maybe this is a bit before. Oh. Oh yeah, so a shop, because a shop and a casino are totally the same thing. Great. So what is the deal with this? So I got nothing, I guess. I assume. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Is there a way to quit out of this? B? Oh, now it goes to an actual shop. What was with the fruit machine thing? That doesn't make any sense. And I have no idea what these items do. In fact, maybe I'm wrong, but I swear it wouldn't even tell you in Japanese. Like, even if you were playing this and you could read the text, you had no idea what these items actually do. So let's buy this thing, I guess. It's the most expensive thing, so I'm going to assume it's the best, but It's also by the wing, because I'm guessing that lets you jump higher? Maybe? I can't even tell. I'm dumbfounded by this game. Well, I'm not even dumbfounded, because... I mean, if I was dumbfounded, I'd be kind of speechless, but... No, I got plenty of speech to say about this one. It's just... It's not very good. I mean, there were plenty of, like, bad licensed games on the Mega Drive, and this was the, I guess this was just the first one. The start of a trend, if you will. But there actually was another licensed game that came out early on that was actually pretty good. In fact, I actually played through it yesterday. How are you meant to dodge that? That's the problem. It seems like there's no way to dodge half the stuff that comes at you in this. You just have to hope to get lucky. I've never seen the cartoon, so I really can't tell you. Okay, I thought there was going to be a boss there, but no, would have been too lucky. Also, if I remember correctly, this game doesn't have any continues, so there's like more than 3 levels. I would imagine very few people actually finished it. And I wouldn't blame them. Also, I mean, are the bows being used as cones? Does that actually make sense in the cartoon, or is that just some... Or are they just trying to be weird for the sake of it? I don't know. I mean, maybe 1 and 2 of these things would make more sense in context, but... At the same time... Do we really need context for this? I mean, if they took out the maze elements and just made it like a straight shot from left to right, this might have been tolerable after a prolonged period. Although I do notice that my shots are going further, so maybe I picked up an icon that does that, or bought something that did that. And that's it. That's the entire game. Or at least it might as well be in the entire game, unless like the 3rd level is like a driving stage or something. I don't know. And yes, there are no continues, so screw you, I guess. Bye-bye, Usamatsu. You sucked. Actually, let me change the region for this next game, because I played this before. For some reason, it set it to Japanese. So maybe if I... See, this is the problem. It doesn't tell you which region these are. Is overseas... Like, is this West? Or is it Japan? Like, I don't know. I'm going to assume it's the West. Let's see. If the text is in Japanese, then I'll know. There we go. Sliced along, just shot you in the face. And that's how you know a game is hardcore. But yeah, controls. I'll go over those as I play it. Nice little intro sequence. Rambo's gone to Afghanistan. He's gonna blow up some shit. I gotta be honest, I've never actually seen Rambo 3. Like, I've seen Rambo First Blood Part 2, but I've never seen the other ones. Okay, so this is the right region. The Soviets intercepted Troutman's team. Okay. So I'm guessing Troutman got kidnapped in this movie? Like I said, I've never seen Rambo 3, so I'll do apologize. I know who Troutman is. Also, the text is a little bit odd, because it's got this sort of... I don't know, overhead view. But yeah, I mean, seriously, you compare this game to the Osamatsu game I was just playing, this is like infinitely better. Like, this is actually a fun game to play. I mean, it's a bit like Mercs before Mercs. Wait, let me grab some bombs. Oop, I messed up. Oop. You gotta be careful with these things, by the way. The enemies in this game tend to shoot quite erratically, which is kind of the main thing that makes this game kind of hard, in my opinion. Also, the bosses in this can be kind of a bitch, too. I always struggle to dodge the shots in this half time. So far, so good. There's like 4 of these boss fights that you have to go through. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Died right as I beat it. Well, at least I beat it. I'm probably gonna die on this next stage. God, I had so much better last time. But I guess I must have been in the zone when I played this before. I'm actually getting the knife out. There's a reason for that, so I'm actually going to go this way. There's a spot here where you can kind of farm power-ups, and you will need the power-ups, believe me. Because, basically, it's kind of hard to get them later on in the game, so you kind of need to get them while you can, basically. So there we go. I'm not a secret agent. So there are 3 prison cells that you go to, and the thing with this stage is that the last one that you go to is always the one that has the correct prisoner in it. It doesn't matter which order you do them in. So, there's always one specific one that you want to go for last because of that. Which is basically the one that's closest to the exit. Also, when the enemies spot you, they will shoot at you constantly. So basically, if an enemy spots you, shoot them immediately. Or knife them, if you're feeling lucky. Like that. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I just got away with it. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot they removed the co-op mode in Mercs. Then again, I mean, this game is also one player. I mean, Mercs is actually really good, aside from the lack of co-op. But yeah, what other ports of Mercs were there? Because I know there were a bunch of computer ports, I know it was on the Master System, but I don't know what other versions there were. So let's get out the arrows, because I know there's going to be some things blocking, yeah, these things. They tend to block areas that we want to go to. Ooh. There we go. Like I said, the enemies tend to fire you a lot in this game, so you gotta be careful of that. Oh. There we go. Interestingly, those explosions kill the enemies, but not you, which is strange, because the bomb explosions actually do kill you if you stand too close to them. So I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. Ugh, I messed up. Oh! No. I ain't gonna be able to knife that dude. Okay, so now we rescued the correct dude, who for some reason is Rutger Hauer. I don't think he was actually in the movie. I could be wrong on that, but... and I messed up. Oh well. Well, that's Rambo 3. Maybe I'll play this one more in-depth one day. Because like I said, I have beaten this game. I'm not going to do it today. But, yeah, Rambo 3, pretty good game. So, let's move on to... I'm not really sure what else to play, honestly. Because there were a whole bunch of other games that I didn't play. There's one really good one that I can think of, but I'm thinking of saving that. I might try to see if we can get some of the worst games out of the way, but the problem is I can't remember which ones I did last time. Oh, here's one that I didn't do. I'm not going to spend much time on this because I'm rubbish at it. I did play this briefly, but... Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. This is another one of those games where if you say the Japanese region, it will play in Japanese. Though I think the only difference with this game is the title screen. Aside from that, I think it's the same. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see how I do if I leave it on the default settings. So, you know, Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts, the whatever you want to call the series, notoriously hard games. And for good reason. These games are really hard. I've never been any good at them. I've managed to get a few stages into Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. But I'll say right now, Ghosts and Goblins on the NES is not a good game. It just isn't that great of a port. And it was done by Micronic, so I suppose you really can't... Oh, thanks, game. Totally appreciate it. Yeah, it's just kind of devious shit like that, which is why I really don't like this series at all. Like, some people like Ghosts and Goblins, I personally can't stand it. It's just not a series that I've ever really cared for, because it's one of those games that's just too hard for its own good. You know, it kind of makes sense in the arcades, but you think, like, I mean, tone it down for the freaking console version. I mean, maybe if I played this on practice mode, it would be better, but, I mean, come on now. Hey, I got the super-powered armor. Well, I mean, that alone pretty much makes it better than Ghosts and Goblins. Oh yeah, also, somehow that damages you. Just a random thing that just flies in the background. That's a problem with this game, is that it's like... It's all about just constant memorization and nothing else. You know, it's basically... Okay, you either memorize this game or you don't, and you have to memorize, like, what power-ups you need, where the enemies are going to be, what their attack patterns are, and it's just... I know, like, a lot of games are like that, but this game takes it to, like, a ridiculous level to where it's like, you know, most people are never going to beat this game. And I imagine most people will never want to beat this game either. It's like... Because why would you want to? Okay, when there are so many better games out there. You know, like I would rather just play, you know, Shinobi 3 over this. Or, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, hell, freaking Gunstar Heroes is easier than this game. Like, I'm not very good at Gunstar Heroes, but I can tell you right now, that game is better than this. And I've never even gotten into that game, so... I mean, at least that game, you kind of... Yeah, you can kind of anticipate what's coming a lot of the time. To be honest, I mean, like it says on the stream header thing, I'm just doing a lot of really early games. So, like, the stuff that kind of came out in the 80s is what I'm kind of focusing on generally. Maybe I'll do some stuff in, like, 1990 at some point if I, like, run out of games. Because there are some games I'm not going to bother playing because they're just not interesting games. I mean, you're not going to want to see, like, Mahjong. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts. I'm sure some people like this game. I'm not one of them. I don't think it's very good. I mean, it's not even that it's a terrible game. It's just, it's way too hard for most people to ever really enjoy it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of the same problem I have with games like Battletoads and stuff like that. It's too fucking hard to be enjoyable. Like, same for like R-Type, actually, because I was playing that earlier. And, I don't know, I'm just like, there are plenty of games I would rather play right there, over this. What else is there? We're not going to do boxing. I don't remember what else there was, actually. I should probably look up the list, honestly, just so I know what to look for. Let's see. Because I know there were a few RPGs. There's a couple of strategy games. I kind of want to figure out how to play Herzog Zwei, but I don't think it's really worth streaming that, because you basically just be watching someone be terrible at a strategy game. What are the games I haven't looked at yet? Let's see. Curse, Forgotten Worlds... Golden Axe, which I tried Golden Axe recently. That one is not that great. Like, it might be good in 2-player mode, but on your own, it's like, eh. Herzog Spy, which I'm not going to bother with. Let's see. Mystic Defender, Phantasy Star 2, Super Daisen Rieku, which I think is a strategy game. It's also in... I don't think it was ever translated to English, so probably not going to bother with that. Super Highlight, which I have played before a little bit, though not in a while. Sword of Vermilion, which I've never played. Oh yeah, the World Cup soccer game. I should probably show that off, because it is not good. I also never shown off Truxton, actually. Let's do, oh, what was it called in Europe? World Cup Italia 90, this is it. This game is not good. That scream basically sums up this whole game. Like, that is what playing this game will make you do by the end of it. Just turn the stupid console off and just play something good. But yeah, here we go. World Cup Italia 90, which only has 24 teams. I could have sworn the World Cup had... Well, no, maybe it did have 24 teams back then. I don't remember. But I would have thought it had 32. I'm pretty sure that was... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 32 by the 90s, wasn't it? Also, I swear, like, half these countries weren't even in the World Cup. Like, I don't think Japan was in the 1990 World Cup. I'm sorry. But yeah, you can play as all the classic countries like England, who suck at skill. I remember there's one country in this that has like 5 in everything, but I don't remember which one. So Scotland is average. France is like amazing. Spain is only slightly better than Scotland somehow. Belgium is, I guess, I don't know, halfway decent. Holland is really good, even though they've never won the World Cup, so ha. Denmark, somehow Denmark is better than England. West Germany, of course, is one of the best teams. Poland is somehow better than England? I don't think so. Hungary... Yugoslavia, you know, that country that doesn't even exist anymore. Also, what is with this map? Okay, West Germany has never been this big. We also have Italy, who somehow are like have like the same stats as England, even though they were like the team hosting it that year. Yeah, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, you'll notice, have almost perfect stats. I think there is one team that actually has 5s and everything. I want to see if I can find that one. Peru sucks, apparently. Mexico... Look at that! USA is terrible. Just... Morocco... Algeria... USSR, again, does not exist anymore. Also, how is USSR one of the best teams? I don't remember it being that way. And yeah, China also sucks. Rep Korea, well, I guess South Korea. And Japan. Japan. Well, at least they're honest. Of course, I'm going to go with England. Stilton? Pretty certain that means Shilton, but okay. Go with the classic Terry Butcher. And... oh, that's right, Gary Lineker's in this game. I just remembered. Gotta get Bobby Robson's in there. I think it's Bobby Robson, is it? Maybe it's his son. I don't remember. Is that... no, it wouldn't be, No, I was about to say... is that Robbie Keane? And then I realised, oh wait, this was 1990. That wouldn't ever happen. But let's see. England versus Mexico, Spain, and Holland. Well, this is going to go well. And by well, I mean... well, it's going to end like the World Cup always ends for us, with us finishing bottom of our group. I'm only going to play one game of this, by the way, just to show off how bad this is. Because, like I said, this game is not good. It's not the worst football game I've ever played. I have played far worse on stream before. But why would you ever play this when you could play, like, Nintendo World Cup instead? Nintendo World Cup was actually good. You know, it's like... like, even in 1990, there were way better football games out there. It doesn't make any sense. You know, like, cause I think this was meant to be, like... I don't know if it was a port or a knockoff of Tekken World Cup. A game which came out in 1985. Like, literally 5 years before this version came out. Like, you think they would have come up with something new by this point. But no, let's do a remake of a game from 1985. And what's funny is, there actually was a version of that game for the NES called Tecmo World Cup. And that version was actually pretty good. It was way better than this. It was just, like, this game is so clunky, it's unbelievable. In fact, yeah, clunker is how I would describe this game, because it's almost unplayable. Like, it controls like arse. I mean, here's the thing, it's not as bad as a game like Sensible Soccer on the PS1, but that's, okay, like, when I'm having to compare it to that friggin' game, just to compare it positively to something, the game fucking sucks. Okay, let's just make that clear. Okay, like I almost would want to say the NES soccer game is better than this. At least that game had the excuse of being really early, you know. It came out in, like, 1985, I think. Again, like, 5 years before this. So they at least had kind of an excuse for not being very good. Because it was, you know, because the standards hadn't really been set by that point. You know, like, what really good football games were there in 1985? Maybe Tekken World Cup. But then again, I think that might have come out after Nintendo Soccer, I'm not sure. I'd probably have to look up some dates or something. But look at this, like, it is impossible to get the ball in this game. Because as soon as you get the ball, the AI, like, the player kind of, like, plants his feet every time he gets the ball. Even if he's clearly standing up anyway. It's just the way the characters move in this game, it just feels so off compared to every, like, football game that's worth playing. Like, seriously, compare this game to FIFA 95, it's not even close. And again, okay, I know FIFA 95 came out, like, 4 years after this, but come on now. Okay, why would you ever play this game when there were many, many better football games? And the worst thing about this game is that, for some reason, Sega had this, like, habit of always including this game on, like, the Sega compilations. Because there were these, in Europe we had this thing called Mega Games, where it was basically just a compilation of, games, well, just, like, early Mega Drive games that I guess sold well. But the thing is, a lot of the games that were on those compilations they were good, or they at least kind of had their audience, you know? They weren't completely dated when the Mega Games compilations came out. You know, you had games like, you know, Super Thunderblade, which weren't particularly good, but, you know, you could maybe get some fun out of them. It's like, okay, yeah, it wasn't a very good game, but at least it was kind of its own thing. This is just a crappy football game on a system that had a fair few football games, most of which were better than this. The only one that I can think of that's maybe worse is European Club Soccer, which came out, I think, 2 years after this. But I mean, like, those Mega Games compilations came out around 95, I think. So, yeah, it's like, by that point, you already had FIFA 95, so why would you ever want to play this when you can just play that instead? But yeah, World Cup Italia 90, atrocious game, would never recommend it. You know, if you really want to play a football game on the Mega Drive, just play one of the FIFA games. Like, they're not great compared to, like, some of the PS1 stuff, but they are still far better than that, at least. Anyway, I'm going to turn the light on because it's starting to get dark. There we go. So, what else should we play? I'm trying to think what else might be... Ooh. Sorry about that. I'm trying to think what else might be worth playing. I'm trying to think what came out early. Let's see. Now, by early, I'm talking, like, at least before Sonic the Hedgehog existed, which would be, like, 91. So I'm trying to think. Rolling Thunder, no. Road Rash came out after Sonic, I think. It came out around the same time, at least. We have the classic game. We have the classic game, no, not Rambo, we have to play that. RBA Baseball 93. RBI Baseball 94, because, you know, people are going to keep playing these games when everyone just sticks to the first one anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right, Prince of Persia was on the Mega Drive. I knew it was on the Super Nintendo. Forgot there was a Mega Drive version. Should I play Phantasy Star 2? I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of RPGs, and I've never played Phantasy Star, so I don't know. Outrun. Outrun actually came out later than you might think on the Mega Drive. The Master System version came out pretty early. The Mega Drive version came out in like 91, I think. Somewhere around then. Also, yeah, here I'm not really going to look into these too much, but here's one of the Mega Games compilations I was talking about. There were a lot of these released in Europe, so... And I mean, if you look at the games that were on these compilations... of course. World Cup Italia. For some reason, like I said, they always include this game on these things for some reason. Even though the game is terrible. But yeah, we also have Super Hang-On, which I think I played last time. Ren Shinobi, which I definitely played last time. Golden Axe, which I didn't play last time. But I'm probably not going to bother, it's probably not that great. Streets of Rage. See, here's the problem with Golden Axe. Golden Axe is basically just Streets of Rage, but not as good. Or should I say, like, Streets of Rage was like, they took Golden Axe and made it, like, much more sort of viscerally fun. At least to me. Let's just play some Columns, because I do like me a bit of Columns every now and then. I mean, Columns isn't amazing, but it's just a fun one to play every now and then. I mean, I usually play Magic Jewelry over this, because Magic Jewelry kind of switches up the music more. It's also a little bit more relaxing, so it doesn't speed up as quickly. But maybe that's just me being a bab, I don't know. I haven't played Ghostbusters. In fact, I've never played Ghostbusters. Is Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive any good? Because, I don't know, I just never played it. I mean, I played the one on the Master System pretty recently, and that one's okay. It's not great. You know, it's like, you can get some fun out of it. I mean, it's like if you took the NES version and made it, like, halfway decent. I'm not gonna say good, because it isn't really, but... Because I want a red piece, and the game's not giving me one. There we go. Yay, I can no-do combo. What's kind of funny, I don't think I've ever really played Columns 3. Columns 3 was kind of like a sequel to this game. Let's see. Oh, no, I messed up. But yeah, Columns, of course, was kind of like Sega's attempt to ride the Tetris bandwagon. And what's kind of funny is, I think I showed this last time, but yeah, Sega actually had a port of Tetris for the Mega Drive, but it only, I think there were only about 10 copies ever made or something like that, because they got into trouble for licensing. I think, because I think BPS had the rights, BPS being Bulletproof Software, But yeah, they basically had the rights to the game, and yeah, they're like, what are you doing? You can't do this port. We have the console rights to Tetris. So, you know, it never really came to pass. Well, I mean, it kind of did, because it was technically released. It actually was pirated too. I actually own a pirate copy of Tetris. And that one's kind of funny, because it, like, changes the copyrights, or the copyright notices. So it changes it from Sega and... I think it's Sanritsu that ported it. Yeah, change it from them to Dr. Pepper Studio, which is the most amazing name for a studio ever. Like, if I ever had my own game development studio, I would consider calling it Dr. Pepper Studio, just because I love that name. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. Anyone remember those old Dr. Pepper adverts, actually? I'm probably the only one that does, but sod it. I remember them, and that's all that matters. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I've never played the Mega Drive Ghostbusters game. Like, I've seen it briefly, but I'm not too familiar with the game. It's like, it might be good, I don't know. Let's see what the deal is with... Well, I mean, I'm familiar with comms anyway. I'm just kind of playing this because it's like, well, this is a game I actually know how to play and be somewhat competent at. And let's get a nice little combo going here. There you go. I need a yellow and orange at some point. But we could always do with an orange. That doesn't actually make any sense, but sod it. Let me get the matches up. I don't really know what else to say about this game. It's Columns. It's that game that tried to be like Tetris, and it's alright. That's kind of the thing with Columns. It's alright, but there's nothing really all that great about it. I actually grew up with the Game Gear version, and honestly, the Game Gear version is better because it has this like, it has like a flash mode where you basically try to clear all the blocks, or well, no, you don't try to clear every block. You try to clear like a specific block. And then you win, and then that's it. It just goes back to the title screen afterwards. But yeah, that's Columns. Well, I'm about to lose here, I think, because I'm really getting space left. It's kind of the thing with Columns. It's kind of hard to really recover once you run out of space. With Tetris, well, it kind of depends on how screwed you are, I guess, in that game. In fact, I do wonder if this game was partially the inspiration for Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo, of course, did come out for the Mega Drive a couple of years after this, though... Well, I was going to say it only came out in Japan, though that's not quite true, because, of course, there was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which was like a heavily modified version of Puyo Puyo. And I think I'm about to game over now. Yep. So that's... Oh, I actually got first place. Well, let's enter the name. And who else is it going to be? JP? Who else? Ooh, look at all those jewels. So many, I wish I could... They kind of look like... Well, they kind of look edible, to be honest. Maybe that's just me. Here we go. For some reason, Columns has 2 title screens. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, yeah, that's enough Columns. Let's, might as well play Ghostbusters while I'm here. Because why not? I've never actually played this game, so I'm probably going to be rubbish at it. But let's just take a quick look at it anyway. Oh, yes. Got that classic theme. Is that really supposed to be Peter Venkman? It looks nothing like Bill Murray. Come on, sing it! Oh, okay, don't just start it. If there's something strange slipping in your bed, bustin' makes me feel good. Bustin', 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 bustin'. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that. Let's actually start the game. Oh yes. Let's just go for normal. Let's see how I do. Oh yes. Also, it's just me, or did they get the mug shots for Ray and Peter mixed up? Maybe not. Because actually there's... I mean, it vaguely resembles Bill Murray back in the early 90s. And of course, I'm going to play as Bill Murray, because who else am I going to play as? Also strange that you can't play as Winston. I mean, this came out after Ghostbusters 2. I mean, come on now. Oh, wait. What happened? I think I accidentally skipped some text. Okay, well, I guess I want to go for the lowest price ones. I assume that's the easiest level, but... see what the deal is with this. I have no idea what it says. I probably should have changed the region. Whenever it says world, I should probably do that. Because it always seems to say it's Japanese for some reason. I don't know. I guess Japan is like the default region. Okay, so it's a side scroller. This is nothing like the other versions of Ghostbusters I've played. All the other ones I've played are they're all based on the David Crane game for the PC. You know, because there was the NES version and the Master System version. The NES version was terrible. That okay, how do I? Oh, do I bomb this dude? Nope, I guess not. What do I do here? Okay, what do I do here? Do I bomb the wall? Well, I'm out of bombs, so I have no idea. What do I do? If someone can tell me what to do, I'd appreciate it. Because like I said, this is literally my first time playing, so I have no idea what's going on. As far as I'm aware, there's no, like, hidden platforms or anything, so... unless maybe you can double jump? But, oh, okay, you have to bounce off this thing, okay. Oh, and... maybe I should... enter from the other side, I guess. There we go. So... I have to go up left, I guess? You actually have to bust all the ghosts, is that the, point? Or am I supposed to just make it to the end of the level? I mean, maybe it says in the text, but of course I couldn't read the text. My bad. Oh, thanks for the bomb. Oh. Great. So you collect bombs, and yet the ones in the boxes hurt you. Makes total sense. Well, I guess... oh, I have no idea how to dodge that. And now I'm dead. Can you just... I mean, you can't even destroy the chandeliers, I don't think. They don't glow as you hit them, so... you just have to dodge them. Damn it, ghosts! This might actually be a decent game, after a couple of tries. I'm not sure. Maybe you have to collect the bombs really early or something? Because I haven't got any bombs left, you haven't limited supply, so... yeah, nice try, Mr. Wall Ghost thing. They're just spawning in the same spot every time. You think you'd change it up by now. Maybe you didn't look for it. Well, I'll say this is better than Ghostbusters 3, but it's not really much of a stretch. It's also way better than the NES game, so there's that. Oh. That's really all you do. Just gotta hit this thing. You don't really bust them like you do in the movie, though. Also notice that you kind of, like, plant yourself on a... okay, I'm done with this enemy. Oh, it's done. Nice. What do I do now? Oh, do I have to go back, I guess? Also don't know if you get 0 life in this, so I guess I'll find out in a bit. Let's try Mr. Knife. Oh! Great. And I died. Oh, okay, I do get 0 life, we'll lose that. You know what would be funny? Imagine if there was like a Groundhog Day video game. That'd be weird. Oh, do you have to jump to the hole? Okay, I was not aware of that. Because I just figured they kill you. You know, like Ninja Gaiden style, like, there's an area below where the spring is, but you still die anyway. Or below where the hole is, I should say. maybe you have to bust all the ghosts, but I guess not. Is this the correct way? Yeah, it must be. I also can't shoot down, which is a little bit disconcerting. Especially in a game that has a fair bit of going down. Oh no. Die, Mr. Cup. Oh. Hob, or whatever he's supposed to be, I don't know. Let's go through here and die, no doubt. Encounter! Okay. Mr. Top Hat. Wait, is this the boss from Streets of Rage on the Master System? Looks just like it, except bigger. Well, I'm done. Okay, well, as Ghostbusters, seems like it might be a decent game once you get the hang of it. I don't know, I've never really bothered to play it before, so maybe I should look into that at some point. GoNet? I have no idea what that is. Fatal Fury, well, that obviously came out after 91. Yeah, FIFA, we don't need to see that. Ernest Evans, the classic. Dune 2. Oh yes. Wasn't Dune 2 based on Herzog's 5? Or it was kind of inspired by it? I don't remember. I've never played it, so... DJ Boy. Crackdown. I actually got a copy of Crackdown pretty recently. I should probably play that at some point, see if it's any good. It's kind of funny. A lot of these games actually came out pretty late. Like, the Mega Drive Edge had a pretty slow beginning. You know, there weren't really many games out. You know, it's like... I don't know, it seemed to really pick up around, like... I'd say around the time Sonic came out, honestly. You know, it's like all the third parties saw, oh, this Sonic game's really good, maybe we should invest in the Mega Drive. You know, and by 92, you had all these third party developers on board, at least in the West, anyway. And there were a fair few Japanese ones, too. Of course, Capcom was on board early on. But, let's have a quick look at Phantasy Star 2. I don't know if I'm really going to bother playing this past the stream, because, like I said, I'm not really a big RPG person, but I want to at least see what the deal is with this game. Because I know a lot of people love Phantasy Star. I've never really bothered to play it. Because I'm just not a big RPG person, like I've said. So it's just a game I've never really felt the need to play. I know people consider the first one a classic, the one on the Master System. Backup data, well, there is no backup data, is there? New game, please. The name, well, you already know what the name is. JP, baby. See what the deal is with this. Do you like the soundtrack? It has a strange sound to it. Okay, what is this? Is this maybe about the first game? I'm not sure. Maybe this is just... I just have a weird intro for the sake of it. Okay. Okay, I am JP, but I do not suffer from incredible sadness. I'll tell you that right now. This is not realistic at all. Also, my hair isn't that big. My pecs are not that big either. But I'm sure you could have guessed that one. Wait, Mother Brain, is this Metroid? Just as an RPG? I mean, I know it's like a science fiction thing, so... I don't know. Oh, here we go. You can tell this is an early game just from looking at it. It just has a very sort of... I don't know, like, basic look compared to a lot of games that came out later. You know, I mean, you compare this game to, like, Gunstar Heroes or something. You know, Sonic 3... Hell, Streets of Rage 3. You know. Or hell, Vector Man, just compare it to that. Yeah, I mean, you can tell this is an early game, by comparison. But yeah. My work is commanded. I'm reading this, because it's kind of half the point of the game is to read what's going on. I do like the snare sound, I will say. Kind of a shame they didn't use that in more games. Or at least more games that I've played, anyway. So what is the deal with this? Let's see. So this is still the intro spiel. Oh, here we go. Oh yes. Welcome Actually, you know what's really weird? Is that, like, the Super Nintendo is kind of, like, famed for its RPGs, but we never got them in Europe. We didn't get any of the turn-based ones anyway. We got some of the action RPGs, and that was it. But, yeah, like, games like Phantasy Star... Or should I say, yeah, the Phantasy Star series and Shining Force and that, like, ones that were, like, strategy or, like, turn-based or whatever, those actually did make it to Europe, so, you know, back in Europe, if you wanted to play RPGs, you would play the Mega Drive, because that's the console to get them on. Unless you really wanted to import. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have to worry about that, because, like I said, I'm really not that big into the genre, so... Okay, it's like a search one, I guess. Okay, here we go. What do we have? I got a knife, I got a carbon suit. Shoes, because, you know... I'm totally gonna walk around this, you know... spacescape without any shoes on. That's totally gonna be safe. Okay, so... Is the ribbon or attack? State? I'm guessing that's save. Or is it... Oh, it's status, I guess? Okay. Level 1. Tech. I think... Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. Tech is, spells. Res. I have no idea what that is. Strong. I'm sorry, what? Like, what is that even, like, what is that even short for? Is it strong? Strength? You know, you see right there, strength. But yeah. Also, I'm an agent, apparently. What even is my main character's name supposed to be normally? Because it doesn't actually say in the game. I mean, I guess Zelda kind of had the same thing, but, you know, I mean, everyone knows the main character of Zelda is called Link. Apart from, you know, people that don't play video games who assume it's called Zelda. Even though Zelda is an actual name in real life, so good job on that one. Let's see. Head ribbon. Okay. Right, left. I'm guessing that's your attacks. Okay. Do I have any money? Let's check. I wasn't actually paying enough attention to that. Does this game even have a currency system? I can't tell. I'm sure it's obvious to anyone that's actually played this, but... Don't hit me, I don't play this. Okay. Oh, I see, so Mother Brain isn't really the villain. Or, well, I guess he'll become the villain at some point, but not right now. Okay, is this a heal center, I guess? Yeah. Okay, I have 200 units of currency. Are there any places to get weapons at? Clone labs. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. That's, if one of your characters dies, this is where you get them back. Well, I don't really need that. Surely you would think that if you were going to try to, like, take on the evil, you would just, like, clone yourself 6 times and then just beat them that way. So you get a clone army to beat their ass. Makes sense to me anyway. Well, I don't know any towns except for this one. I know this game came with like a big strategy guide and a map. I think it was this game. Might have been a different one that came out around the same time. Data memory. Oh, okay, I see. So I'm guessing, is this a save feature or is it like leveling up? I don't know. Because usually in RPGs you level up just by winning fights, basically. But I guess some early RPGs were kind of different with that. I mean, like I said, I don't really play much RPGs, so I'm not exactly well versed. I have no idea where to go. I mean, I assume if I had like the map and stuff, I would, but you know, I just. Okay, let's see. So we gotta walk through here. Walk through the tunnel. J to the P, he's walking around. He's walking walking around. He's got to fight these things. I've got to. Well, this Venom's gonna die to the first enemy. So this normally goes. I'm not very good at these games. I'll say that right now. I'm not really one. It's kind of weird with me is I'm just not very good with strategy in most cases, unless it's like Worms. Yeah, Worms I kind of know what I'm doing, but that's about it. You know, when it comes to games like this, I I tend not to play them, partly because I'm rubbish at them, and also just because I'm not... Oh no, I just tend to lose interest after a certain point. I don't know if that's just because I'm rubbish at them usually, but... I mean, even games that I can play somewhat competently, like Pokemon and stuff like that, I'm just like... I don't really care enough to finish it. Maybe I'm just weird like that, I don't know. So yeah, so just kind of playing it by itself. Yeah, I actually did see that long play of Lagrange Point that got posted earlier. It looks a little bit similar, but not quite the same. Then again, I mean, Lagrange Point did come out like 2 years after this, I think. Because this came out in '89. I think Lagrange Point was '91, wasn't it? So, item... I don't really, maybe I forgot to equip some stuff, I don't know. Well, no, I get the feeling maybe I should have bought some stuff when I was in the town, I've got no idea. So this is the problem, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's worth playing this game seriously at one point and trying to look up, like, the, what is it, like, the commands and stuff. Because I know that in this game, like I said, there's like a tip, like a tip book or something that came with the game. And, what was I gonna say? There's like a tip book, and I think there was also a map that came with it too. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to play through this game, I'll just look those up online. And yeah, Lagrange Point, by the way, really interesting, because it does use, like, VRC7 instruments. So, as you can see, I can now afford most of these things. I don't even know if they're even worth picking up, honestly, because, you know, like, I'm guessing this just increases defense? I don't know. I'm probably not going to play this much more because, I don't know, if anyone really wants to see me just be rubbish at this game. So, Monomatum. Is that health, I'm guessing? I probably should have picked some of this up before I left, to be fair. Antidote. Me, I guess. Yes. So I assume Monomate and Diamate are health, but I might be wrong. Who's going to carry this? Yes. So let's just see if this is like a viable strategy. Just buy a bunch of health potions at the beginning. So I'll play Pokemon. I mean, I'm rubbish at Pokemon, but still. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I keep forgetting you have to press the C button. So how much health do I have left? 7 HP. Maybe I should use Monomate. I assume that's health anyway. Is Monomate? Yeah, okay. Doesn't tell you how much it heals by, but I assume it says that in the manual, so I can't really complain that much. Use... Why would I ever toss that? And yeah. It's only got 12 HP by default. That seems really low. I mean, like, I've played a few, like, really old RPGs. Like, I played a little bit of Dragon Warrior. I've played, what's that game? Hoshio Murahito? Which is a terrible game, by the way. Like, even as someone who doesn't really play RPGs much, I can tell you that game is awful. Just straight up. Like, it's not even like it's awful from my perspective because I'm not really into that genre. No, it's just, even if you like that genre, you will hate that game. It's terrible. Great. So I'm guessing like some of the other enemy types are easier. Or possibly less numerous. Well, the amusing to see me die at least, if nothing else, because I sure as hell do not know what I'm doing in this game. Kind of a dick move they can heal up by attacking us. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but still. Also, it just kind of plays it by itself. You just kind of select fight, and then, like 10 things happen before you can do anything again. It's kind of weird. I don't know if, like, pressing C does, like, some sort of automatic, like, strategy thing. I've got no idea. Maybe that's the case, but like, I don't really get it. Great, 5 experience. much experience do you even need to level up anyway? Like, let's see. I don't think it actually tells you. Great. Well, might as well see myself get killed at least. Because, well, I've got something out of this game. Oh no, not the bees! See, I'm guessing maybe C is like an auto fight command or something. I have no idea. It's like cruise control. Maybe that's just because the mosquitoes do a whole bunch of stuff to you. JP is dead. Well, it's not gonna go well, I don't think. What does strategy do? Like, is that to use like the tech or whatever? Like, I couldn't know that. Maybe I should read about how to play this game. There. Fire ants. Fire ants is actually a thing that exists in real life. Like, I'm kind of curious now. Oh. I mean, the game seems to play itself for the most part, really. And that's it. Destroyed. Well, Algo was doomed, I guess, because JP is dead. And that's it. That's the whole game. Well, it's not the whole game, obviously. There's a lot more to it than that, I'm sure, but... maybe I should look up how to play that at some point. Should I play one more game before I quit for tonight? Actually, yeah. I know what game to play. Because I held off from playing this game because it's actually good. And it is, of course, the classic game. If I can find it. Let me set the correct region. Because I want to make sure that the title screen is correct on this. Yes, we are going to play the classic game. Truxton. Because, I mean, you gotta play Truxton. If you have a Mega Drive, you have to play Truxton. It is a classic game. Like, Thunder Force 2 is pretty good. But, yeah, if I was picked between Thunder Force 2 and this game, I'm gonna pick this game every day. Because Truxton is just... I don't know, like, it's kind of like... It's kind of hard to explain exactly why I like this game as much as I do. It's like... This game manages to get the balance down really well, because a lot of shooters, I find, are just really unforgivingly hard to where it's like, you're never going to beat them. Or, oh. And of course I say that and I mess up immediately. Like, what was I going to say? A lot of shooters are like either unforgivingly hard to where you're never going to beat them, or it's just not that interesting, you know? It's like, you play Star Force and it's like, yeah, this game is okay, but there's not really much to the game. It's just, well, spaceship and you shoot things, it's not really flashy. It's a game that works. Yeah. Whereas this game, yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack. It has really good graphics for the time too, like it's got pretty big sprites. There's a lot of detail in the backgrounds. I don't know. Compared to most of the other games that were coming out at the time this game did, it looks really good. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of the main thing that I like with this game. It just has a really good balance. It's like it's difficult, but it's just forgiving enough to where you don't ever really feel like you know, get beat the game. It's kind of how I feel about R-Type. It's like, the game is just too hard. You know, like, I mean, if you could beat R-Type, then more power to you, but I'm never going to bother doing that. Like, I've been playing R-Type since I was like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, and I've never gotten past level 3. Yeah, that's how ridiculous R-Type is. So, it's actually a good game. I remember the lightning gun is really like great at this part of the game. I think the green gun is called Truxton, or the Truxton gun or whatever. And yeah, Tower Plan are great. Tower Plan made quite a lot of shooters for Mega Drive. In fact, Tower Plan is interesting because they were, it seems like they were kind of, they never really wanted to make games for Nintendo consoles. Because I don't ever recall them making anything for Nintendo. You know, I mean, a couple of their games did get ported to the NES, and maybe the SNES as well. You know, like Tiger Heli was on the NES. But, you know, I mean, Toadplan themselves were not involved with those ports. They just don't think they even licensed things. I think whoever owned the rights to the game would want to license it. Nope. I'm not going to play as well, by the way, because of course I'm trying to commentate and play at the same time. This is the kind of game where you kind of need to concentrate as much as you can, so... But I have got the upgrade for it, and you do want to use the bombs whenever you're in trouble. Though I tend to save them for the bosses if you can help it. Or at least like the more difficult enemies. Because there are certain enemies. I mean, you've seen some of them anyway. There's a lot of mini bosses in this game. And some of them really aren't that hard. Some of them can be kind of a bugger, shall we say. These ones not so much usually. Because I think they only shoot down. Nope. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, you don't. The problem is sometimes they'll like stick to the bottom of the screen. Actually, the main challenge with this game, I find, comes from the fact that a lot of enemies will spawn from the bottom of the screen. So, not on the first level. Once you get to level 2, the game ramps up in difficulty quite a bit. Because enemies will start coming from the bottom and the side. They'll come from basically anywhere off the edge of the screen. So you really have to be, alert when it comes to the low levels of the game. Yeah, these bosses, by the way, these bosses are terrible. I hate them. They just straight bullets at them. You can only hit them at certain times. This last one, okay. So we're coming up to the first boss. This game has 5 levels. Well, I most likely will end up using at least 1 bomb on the boss, if not 2. Just because I want to make sure I can get to the second stage at least. So I want to get to stage 2 just because that's my favourite song in the game. And of course we have the boss beam. One thing that, actually, there is one thing about this game that does bug me a little bit, which is the fact that if you beat the boss and then die right after the boss, you have to refight the boss again, which kind of sucks. Oh, that's close that was. I had to bomb there, because otherwise I would have got hit by the that spray of bullets. There was no way I was going to dodge that. Yeah, but yes. Truxton, classic game. I don't know, it's just, like I said, this game just got it right. It's just, you know, just the right amount of challenge. Just really good presentation for the time, really tight controls. The power-up system works really well. I mean, yeah, obviously you lose power-ups when you die, but you're not entirely screwed, usually. I mean, on the last stage you'd be in trouble, because there's just a lot of enemies on the last stage, I remember. Yeah, and I'll say right now, I fucking love this song in particular. It's my favourite song of the game. Oh yes, now we're playing with power, because now I've got this barrier. It's not infallible, but it will give me a much better chance of not dying. So. The problem is, I don't remember a lot of the mini-bosses from this point. Oh, give me that. I probably shouldn't have picked this up, because generally want this for the boss more than anything. And yeah, like I said, a lot of the bosses, a lot of the enemies will spawn from the bottom of the screen, which makes the game far more difficult to get level 2. Also the fact that I only just got power up makes this a lot harder than it would have been had I not collected that. These things, by the way, are bug out. Because they'll just fly all over the place. They don't take that many. Oh, I forgot to fly directly into you too. Oh, might as well just spam the bombs at this point. Probably not going to last much longer, but those things, I'll spam the bombs and I'll get at this point. Yeah, eat that. You know what? I have 1 left over. I've got these things. Because I'll kind of turn and fly towards you. Well, sometimes they do. Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah. Well, that's Truxton. Not exactly my best run. Also, yeah, you get 6 continues. I think the amount of continues you get varies on difficulty. I don't quite remember. But, yeah, that's Truxton. Awesome game. Definitely one of my favourite Mega Drive games. Probably my favourite early Mega Drive game, at least. Like, if we're talking games that came out before Sonic, this is probably my personal favourite. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else left to say. Kind of getting the Steam tonight.